At the time of recording this, Trump is in the lead, but has not won. I'm gonna pull it up on my Wii U because I want to do that now, actually. Um, yeah, it's election day in things. People are voting. It's a big deal in America because we're deciding on the next president, and the two options are garbage, and nobody really wants either of them. But Trump is in the lead, which is definitely interesting. Gosh, I don't know if I really want to weigh in on what I'm thinking here because I don't know what I'm thinking here. All I know is I don't like either of them. Um, that's and I've said that before. Uh, and I feel like neither of them are going to do enough damage to affect me, I think. I don't know. Also, I did a really cool thing. This is the thing I was going to talk about in the beginning, and then I was like, oh yeah, election. I had a brilliant idea. My idea was inspired somewhat by League of Beauties. Because in that game there's an auto button, and I used that for the really, really simple fights. So I use that. And then I remember that this game also has an auto button, but I don't use this game's auto button because it doesn't activate the skills. So I got to thinking about how I can actually use the auto button effectively. So I have one auto skill, unit attack up, self attack up, debuff, auto skill, and then a nullifier. Auto team. 100% auto team. I turn this on, I do nothing, and I win. I have not lost yet with this team. It kicks ass. I don't understand it, but it kicks ass. Right? And then I just wait to win, and then I move on. And this makes grinding so much easier because I don't have to do shit. I just leave this on while I'm watching shows and whatever. That's usually what I do, right? I like to watch shows while I'm grinding, but now I don't even have to look at it most of the time. I just have to glance over, check, see if it's done yet, And that's awesome. That's so cool that I did this. It makes everything so much easier. Google on the Wii U does not give me live updates for who's winning the election. I'm going to do that on my other phone then, because I like Google's live updates. There's a website, I think, that I can probably... Okay, we'll try this website on the Wii U. The Wii U is special. What are we looking at? Okay, I don't... No, this is weird. So what did I do today? Nothing. Jack shit. No, I mean, I did some things probably. I watched a lot of things mostly. This is so awesome. It's so great. I did end up getting another treat, so that means I have at least one, Hrungnir. I have at least one, Hrungnir, with the just Hrungnir in general. Well, no, I'll have two Hrungnirs, and then I can make the GUR Hrungnir. That's what I'm trying to say. The more I say that, the worse it gets. Who's winning? If you just look up who's winning, you'll get it. On your phone at least. If you look up who's winning, you'll see. If you look up who's winning, or you look up president, or you look up... Alright, so... Oh my God, this is like... The Bing thing is even more in-depth than the other one, because we're looking at, like, swing states and shit, and who's leading, but... So... That looks really, really good for Trump right now. What I'm looking at here, it's got 137 states won from Trump, 104 won from Hillary, but then there's swing states where he's leading, which means that he's just leading. He hasn't won the state, but he's leading in it in popular vote. And the thing about it is when you win the state, you get all of its electoral points, or whatever the fuck they're called. And with all of the states that he's leading in, it puts him very, very, very close to winning. He needs 270 to win, and he's at 137-1 and 118 he's leading in. So, I mean, you could do the math. I don't want to do the math because I'm looking at a chart that actually just shows me. It's not, well, it's kind of a chart. And I mean, holy shit. Trump's about to motherfucking win. Oh my god. That's insane. Donald motherfucking Trump. And then Gary Johnson is in almost 2% or 3%, sorry, 2.89, which is like higher than a third party has ever been. Jill Stein's at less than 1%, and then other meaning everyone else, the combined efforts of everyone else is at 0.38%. And then 0.74 out of Jill Stein, but 2 point. Good for Gary. Good for Gary Johnson. I like that guy. I do really like Gary Johnson, but in our two-party system, where there's just no room for him. Sadly enough, there is no room. What do we got here? What do you? Oh, cool. Invaders. Oh shit, aliens or something. Lilith's infamous. Who is Lilith? I just assumed it was aliens because invaders. I read invaders and my mind was like aliens, and then I started reading and I was like alien. Suddenly attacked. I don't know who Lilith is. Bewitched Palace, and then Barbados and Lilith. I've heard the word Barbados or the name Barbados before. I should know who Lilith is. I don't know specifically. I've heard it as a name, but it doesn't pop into my head as a specific thing. And of course, Yggdrasil is still going to be there. I haven't gotten one of her quite yet. But cool. Somebody else invading. And there's 2 fantasy archwitches, so that means that one of them will be 500%. But as we know, we kick ass now at those without having to do anything. That's so amazing. Those level 500s. Oh, they're garbage. It's so... Oh, it works. I can't believe this team actually works. Because it's just like... I mean, when you watch it, when you pay attention to it, it makes sense, you know? Because they're just randomly attacking. And, like, 2 of them... At one point, the 2 of them, these 2, will get 9, so they'll do a lot of damage. And then this one here will nullify if she tries to tries to field, or it's usually the field that you're looking out for. And then, you know, you got your Yoletta really saves this team because she has the everybody buff, which is good because it's everybody attack and defense buff. And Letta combined with these is the only reason they're able to do 9s ever. As well as, you know, her debuff is also super amazing because it's attack and defense. And then this nullifier just really fucking hell, it just works. This team works somehow. I don't even remember what she just tried to do. We also have an attack nullifier secondary on our Ghostly Schwartz, and then regular Schwartz does 50% attack and defense everybody up. And Letta's heal, I don't know if I mentioned that yet, but Letta's secondary skill is a heal, so that just works really well. So as you can see, some of them are doing 9s every now and then. Right there, Schwartz is doing 9s. Ghostly Schwartz is about to do 9s. I'm pretty sure she just got her last buff out of there. I don't have to do jack shit anymore. I don't have to do anything. And look at that. Look at that. That was a really, really good amount of points, too. It brought her down to a low health and then killed her over... That's so good. This is so satisfying to just sit there and then watch ass kicking happen. Oh man, if like it's kind of like a cheap kind of satisfaction, like because I'm not doing anything, but the fact like because I've gathered this team of like just random ass things from random ass places, like these four especially are almost irreplaceable. Hawkeye I could switch out for then. I've had thoughts about who to switch her out for. I could have another self buffer. You know, I have two of those that I could use. Maybe three, but those are my only other auto skill. The thing here is that you have to have an auto skill. But I could also put in if I put in, say, who is her? Demiurge. She's got a 100% attack buff. Also, yeah, Yuzuki on the end. Is that who that is? I think that's who that is. I did the whole episode about learning everyone's names, and that is not Yuzuki. That is not fucking Yuzuki. I call her Yuzuki so damn often, but it's not her name. It's Nagatsuki. Nagatsuki, Mochitsuki, and Yuzuki. I confuse the shit out of them. Nagatsuki. No, the audio isn't off. I did say Nagatsuki before I checked it. It's Nagatsuki. Yuzuki was one of the level 500s of an old event, but I never ended up with actually getting one of her. But I do remember she was difficult. Nagatsuki. Yeah, she does... Oh, God. I didn't check it, but I think it happened... I should have checked it while I was there, but, you know, yeah. Attack and defense 50%, same exact thing here. Neither of these have that, but she does have the all allies recover 100%. That saves it so often, and then, you know, it's skill nullification there, and then nothing here besides the skill nulli of anything. I should level that now that I'm actually using her. But I don't think it matters that much. Like I said, she's not that integral to this thing, right? She's useful, but I don't know if she's like... Because she usually dies, because she's an ultra rare, and the other ones are gig ultra rares. They're like two times better than her or some shit. 1.5 times better than her. I don't know how math works. But she is useful. She is useful. I'm glad I actually kept her and got her. I don't know if I don't think she's perfect. She may be. I don't remember what I did for her. But she is good for this team. I like having her in this team. Unless somebody has a better idea. Like I said, the only other, you know, auto skill ones I have are just self buffers, and you know, that's good, but you know, with two, I feel like it's all right. I mean, with a third, then it would have a 3 out of 2 chance of doing 9s, but I kind of like the way it works out now, where it's kind of like it's because there's more of a chance for them to do less damage when they actually do the higher damage, the 9s. She's gonna be on a lower health value, just as they're whittling her down. So that's kind of slightly better for points, you know, because the whole thing is it's just slowly whittling her down. She's just getting weaker and weaker as it goes, because it's not like it's... If I were to do all of the things that it's doing, it would take me a long time. It's just doing it really quickly, you know? Because it's switching between all these and doing... Because it's doing tiny amounts of damage randomly, you know? And it's also building up those attacks with all the letters and the... I want to say Yuzuki, but it's not fucking Yuzuki. Now I want to say Mochitsuki. My brain's just like, oh, say this. This is the correct thing. No, it's not. It's fucking... I'm fucking with myself is what I'm doing right now. Nagatsuki. Right, the Nagatsuki doing the debuff, and then the Leda doing the buff. It's good. It all works out, you know? Yeah, I like it. I think it's great. There's nothing I would change about this team. One of my favorite teams, you know? I've had a few really, really awesome teams that I love. Like, I've set up some great, you know, debuff teams. I love debuff teams. Debuff teams are hilarious and amazing to me. And there's one that's really good. And I did the full alchemist team that I was really happy about for a time. But this team really takes the cake. Really makes it kind of awesome that I can just sit there and do literally nothing. I don't have to do anything at all, which makes this a lot more of a podcast, because then I can just actually talk about things and not have to worry about anything, and that also makes my job a little bit more difficult in that, what the hell is there to talk about? I can't talk about Justice League. There is actually quite a lot I can say about Justice League, because I just finished the first season of the 2003 cartoon, and it's good. I like it a lot. I'm just looking at the thing again. His whole, like, there's a shit ton of red there. What is he? 270 to win, 230, 67, 66, 266. He's got 266 total out of the the ones he's already won, and the ones he's leading in, he's got 266 total, and he needs 270 to win. So holy shit, guys. Wow. And Clinton is not faring too well, you know? She's only leading in 63 states. There are 105 that are TBD, to be determined. But if he wins these states that he's leading in, these 129 that he's leading in, he's really close. I mean, he hasn't won yet. Sorry, I just had a bunch of pie and some chocolate milk. My throat got a little clogged there. But he hasn't won yet. Even if the states he's leading in, if that passes the bar, then that doesn't guarantee his win either, because she can still, pull through. But it really looks like he's heading in that direction. That's so crazy. Oh, God. Right, Tiger? Right, Tiger? We're about to elect an orange businessman. Oh, she doesn't care. Why the hell would Tiger give a shit about the American? All Tiger cares about is whether or not I feed her and clean her litter box, which I still need to do more often. Should probably do it right now. I can kind of smell that. But yeah, so I can talk about Justice League. Just finished the first season. There are just a lot of really, like, little things I can talk about. Like, Superman is a lot weaker than he's portrayed in almost anything else that I've seen of him. You know? Like, in the Flashpoint, the Flashpoint movie, like, this isn't much of a spoiler because it happens within the first few minutes or something. But there's a scene where he takes this bomb that's meant to blow up a city, and he holds it in his hand, and then it boop, and then, like, it fizzles, stays within his hand like that, right? In the Flashpoint Paradox movie. But in the Justice League, the 2003 Justice League, if you shoot at him enough, he'll fall down. Because everybody's got laser beams in this show, right? No, there are a few actual bullets, but laser beams, if they're just laser beams, if you hit him with enough energy, he just like, shit, no, ouch. Like, he takes a lot of pain. Actual bullets, in the show, actual bullets did nothing to him. But energy beams are his weakness now. It's kryptonite and energy beams. Of course, they do have kryptonite. They've showed kryptonite a few times now. But it's just weird how weirdly, like, he's kind of weak. I'm like, come on, man, that's not Superman. And there are a bunch of times where I'm just like, he's got heat vision and, like, cold breath that he could be using right now, and he's just not. Like, every now and then it just kind of looks like they could so be kicking ass, and they just aren't. But I don't know. It's still a good show. I like it a lot. It's definitely 4 stars, It's 4 stars on Netflix, and I think it's 4 stars. But yeah, there are other things. There are other things too. And nothing I can think of off the top of my head. But there are other things. Gosh, like, just watching it, I can just be like, oh man, this thing's crazy, and then this other thing. But now trying to think back, I don't know. I think I just enjoyed it. So I'm just like, subconsciously, I'm blocking these little nitpicky things out. But I did really enjoy it. If you're a big fan of all the comic book shit, then yeah, I would say watch the original Justice League. It's good. It's a pretty damn good show. you know, who's got Green Lantern, the Martian, fucking Hawk Girl, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, the Flash. I love the Flash in that show. The Flash is like a cocky bastard who's like always hits on girls. It's amazing. I love it so much. He's uh and like the Green Lantern there is John Stewart instead of Hal Jordan. I don't really know that story, but you know, it's just the Green Lantern of that time when they made that show was John Stewart and not Hal Jordan, which is cool. You know, I like at first I was like, where the hell is Hal Jordan? I really like Hal Jordan, but then I was like, you know, I also kind of really like this John Stewart guy, and they ship him with Hawk Girl. Like I mean, they don't. There's no relationship thing, but there's like hints of it, and they're like close kind of thing. You know, it's a ship thing, so it's like a fandom will ship it. Because they'll look at those tiny, tiny, tiny hints and connections, and they'll be like, "Oh shit, these two could totally bone." I don't think it ever actually happens though. Maybe it does. Maybe I'm an idiot. I don't know if they would really do that. But you know, there's it is kind of slightly more in an adult show than you know other like cartoons and shit that I'm thinking about because you know shipping culture is big in cartoons, just because a lot of the time they aren't gonna have actual relationships happen. So, you know, we have the ships where it's just like, oh man, I really like these two characters. I think these two characters would have a great relationship if they were actually in a real relationship. Let's pretend they are and see where it goes. And you know, that's a lot of fun. I don't really do it that much. I don't like focus on any of that kind of shit. But you know, it is fun. It's fun to joke about too. But you know, I think I've done 30-minute videos for like the past 2 days or something. So I'm gonna check see the election results one last time before we end this, and then I'm gonna end it. Because I don't want to make that long videos. Just because the last time I did. Whoa, I gotta turn on auto. Whoa. So 140, he's 140. He's already won. And he's leading in 129. These aren't states. He hasn't won in 140 states. He's won in enough states that he's gotten 140 of the electoral votes. An electoral vote is the number. I said points. I said electoral points, but electoral votes. So every state has a number of votes to it, and it's based on population. So like California has more votes than like Maine or something. So these are votes he's won, electoral votes that he's won, the ones that count. Uh, and so he's won on 40 of them, and he's leading in 129. And that's if you do the math, that's 169. So I'm gonna refresh it again and see if it's no, it's not 130 yet. But you know, as soon as it looks like that, then I mean that's it's looking really good for Trump right now. I almost want to just keep recording until he wins so that I can be like, I was recording a video while Trump won. But gosh, it's, there's still 102 to be determined. They gotta tally them up. But that's fucking crazy shit. That's some crazy shit right there. I wonder if people are talking about it online. Probably not. I know I was talking about it in another chat with people, but so yeah, Donald motherfucking Trump might be president. Grab her by the pussy.